Well, after what feels like a while, we welcome you into the Pride pregame show. Kendrick Fruit, Stephen Whitenhouse here as we get you set for the final broadcast and the final game here at home in the 2025 calendar year. It's women's basketball tonight against Warren Wilson. Stephen, obviously, no secret that the things have kind of been rough for Greensboro recently. They've lost 5 consecutive, but Warren Wilson's lost 13 in a row, so maybe put that into perspective a little bit and say, hey, maybe things aren't going well right now, but it could always be worse.
Yeah, both of these teams really need a win. So tonight, Warren Wilson's going to come ready to play, you would think. They really want to win. And Greensboro's been struggling a little bit, their last handful of games. So this is a game that both teams really need just for a morale standpoint. It's a non-conference game, so it's, not necessarily one that is going to count towards your conference record, but you really want to win as you kind of go into the Christmas break because, for Greensboro, they won't play again for a few weeks. So you want to kind of go into the break on a high note. And this is a game that Greensboro can certainly win. Warren Wilson, it's an interesting team. They've had some competitive games against some pretty good teams. Just haven't been able to pull out any wins yet. But, certainly they're looking for their first win. They need a win bad. And Greensboro on their end, they need a win just – again, to kind of get some momentum back that they had earlier this year.
Yeah, already sitting 9th out of 10 in conference play right now with an 0-3 conference record, coming off a 90-58 loss at Brevard on Tuesday. Let's break that game down a little bit. One of the first things that stands out to me, just looking at the box score, is the rebounding total, 84 Brevard. Greensboro really struggled both offensively and defensively cleaning up the boards.
Yeah, and some of that has to do with, the amount of shots that Greensboro takes. It's a fast-paced offense. They're going to shoot a lot of shots. So, naturally, you may have some games that one team or another may have a lot of rebounds. But you're right. That was a record-breaking game for Brevard and their program. With those 80 rebounds. But Greensboro, they've got to convert on the easy plays, I think, first. You got to convert layups. You got to convert the fast break opportunities that they get. And I think if they can do that, certainly it limits the rebound opportunities for the other team, but it also puts more points up on the board. So they're going to have to just focus on, converting the little things or the simple things, and then hopefully that expands to, hitting more three-pointers and things like that. But, yeah, Brevard did have a great day on the boards, both offensive glass and defensive glass. So Greensboro's, they're going to have to kind of regroup and come ready to really crash the boards today.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one other thing, too, when you look at the way things have gone recently for Greensboro, one of the issues has been the injury bug. And we're going to hear from Coach Fernandez here in a little bit talking about that. But I think that when you consider the fact that this is a team that has struggled to stay healthy at the beginning of the year, it's kind of made it a situation where, maybe Coach Fernandez doesn't have the personnel he wants to have and be able to make the substitutions he wants to make for what his program is to look exactly right.
Yeah, and I think, that's one of the things with Coach Fern coming in. This is a brand new system. It's a brand new team. What he inherited, from last year, it's just brand new. And, I think as a program, you're like, well, they won conference championship in 22-23 season. And so it's not, too far off of that. But programs go through those rebuilding stages. So Coach Fern trying to navigate some injuries, some really key injuries that they've had this year. But I think they're going to fight through it. They've got a lot of fighters on this team, good attitudes. So, I think they'll fight through it. And they've definitely got games they can win, coming up on the schedule. So I think you're going to see some more success coming soon. And you think just as the season goes on, they're going to improve on both ends of the floor. So hopefully tonight starts that. They get a win today, kind of go into the break with momentum, and then come out with more conference games in January and do the same thing.
Do you expect to see, with some of the injuries on this team, maybe, and again, not taking Warren Wilson lightly by any stretch of the imagination, like you said, they've played in a couple tough contests so far, but do you think that maybe a game like tonight kind of allows you to maybe, as a coach, simplify things a little bit, say, hey, maybe we don't have our full strength, some things haven't been working so much. Do you strip it back a little bit, or do you keep pedal to the metal and say, hey, this is our philosophy and this is what we want to keep doing?
Yeah, I think for the most part, I think Coach Fern is just going to keep with the philosophy because it's kind of hard in the middle of the year to kind of change too much right now. But I'm sure there's some adjustments they've probably talked about as a staff, especially now with a few players out, you kind of have less depth. But they're still going to go fast. They're still going to play their style of basketball. And hopefully, again, if the shots fall, they're going to score a lot of points. So that's the goal, right? It's a high paced offense to score a lot of points. And they've had games where they have scored a lot of points this year. So you got to hope that we shoot the ball better. Because those first few games we did shoot it pretty well. Last month or so, not so much. So hopefully we can start trending in a little better direction when it comes to shooting the basketball. Because if they do shoot the basketball well, everything else kind of falls into place. So and goes back to your rebounding point as well. If you make the shots, there is no rebound. So we just got to make open shots. I think that's a big key, because when we do that, that opens up the press off the made basket, which can create turnovers, which creates more offense for us. So I think ultimately the key is just going to be making more shots.
Well, I think you just hit on a big point right there, and that's turnovers. Greensboro is one of the best nationally as far as forcing turnovers on the defensive side. They're actually third in the country right now in turnovers forced per game. However, they're also one of the worst teams in the country in terms of turnovers committed. Now, when you look at a Warren Wilson team that's scoring less than 60 points a game, you think, hey, if you're aggressive on the defensive side, you force those turnovers. Obviously, you keep their score down, but you give yourself more opportunities as well offensively.
Yeah, I mean, some of the turnover numbers have been concerning for sure, but this is also a really young team. And you combine that with the fast-paced offense, you know you're going to get some anyways. Just because of the fast-paced offense, sometimes you're going to get bad passes or just some bad mistakes. But the from a defensive standpoint, I mean, last game I think it was the first quarter, they had 10 turnovers forced against Brevard. So Brevard's offense turned the ball over 10 times. So that's a great sign. That shows that the pressure is getting to the other team. But on the offensive end, we can't turn the ball over just as much. So that's definitely something that we have to have. We have to do better. But also, you got to think too. A couple of the ball handlers that Greensboro has, they're out for the season, and so there's going to have to be some other players to step up in that point guard position. Whether it's, again, we talk about with this team, it's kind of there's groups of players, not necessarily a true one point guard that plays the entire game. So both groups that go in, they're going to have a player or two step up at the point guard position to help not turn the ball over as much. And who that's going to be, I'm not sure yet. I think you see, Taya Simpkins, she brings the ball up some. Jada Hairston does as well. So they're just going to have to be, Ruano does. So they're just going to have to take care of the ball better. And then, because if you do take care of the ball better, naturally you're going to be able to have more shots and score more points. So it all goes together, making shots, not turning the ball over. And that helps your defense too. So it all coincides with each other. But it's a young team, and they've got some key injuries like we talked about. So hopefully they can work through it. These young players can kind of grow and develop as the season goes on.
4 consecutive games for Greensboro in which they've allowed 85 points or more. So obviously that's kind of been a trend that we've been watching recently. I wonder, after watching some of these games back and looking at some of the tape, one of the big issues, either A, it's leaving people open beyond the arc. And Coach Fernandez said, hey, look, we're gonna invite teams to shoot threes. If you're going to beat us from deep, you'll beat us from deep. But I've also seen sometimes you get one player, especially down on the baseline, that sneaks inside and has an open look underneath the basket. So does that seem like another one of those situations where, hey, it's just a young team still trying to learn about their rotations on defense?
Yeah, because, a lot of the defensive part is the press. And so, unfortunately, there's been games this year where we didn't press very well. We didn't trap well, so then it leads to easy points on the other end. You don't have the help that you need. It may be a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-2. But when they get to the half court, it's not bad. So the press has to be better. But then, like you said, when we get to the half court, especially if you're playing a team that isn't a great three-point shooting team, then absolutely. You say, hey, if you can beat us from three, hats off to you. But we're going to make you hit threes that you're not normally going to hit. And then, of course, if that's the case, you grab the rebound and go the other way. So, I think the philosophy in itself is good. It's just I think that the execution, especially on the press, our press defense, it's got to be better because, again, it all goes together. If that press defense can create turnovers or at the very least slow that offense down, it's going to help limit those transition opportunities, and also in the half court, that offense is going to be kind of worn down already just from breaking the press. But if they break the press really quick and get some 2-on-1, 3-on-2 opportunities and score quick baskets, that hurts. So I think we've got to execute better in our press defense, and I think that will help a lot.
Well, two teams that are in desperate need of a victory squaring off here tonight, which certainly should mean the intensity will be through the roof. And we're looking forward to bringing you all the action here. We're going to hear from Coach Fernandez in a little bit, and then we'll get this thing underway. It's Warren Wilson, it's Greensboro College, and it's coming up next on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Pride pregame show continuing, joined now by the always festive Coach Aaron Fernandez, getting ready for holiday season. Man. Yeah, absolutely. Last game before the break for you guys, and walk us through. I know it's been a bit of a tough stretch for you guys recently, but just give us a quick walkthrough of the Brevard game.
Yeah, I mean, look, Brevard is the cream of the crop of the league, right? Like, we had a conversation afterwards. That's what we're trying to get to. When you look at their kind of top 10 that they play, I mean, I think they got one freshman playing. We're playing lots of freshmen every night, so. I think keeping things in perspective is always good. There were some really good stretches in there. If you watch, I mean, we didn't get off to a great start. That can't dig a hole like that on the road, especially against a good team. But yeah, I mean, when you kind of remove that, not that you can do that necessarily, right? But you just kind of look through the game, and there's some really, really good stuff in there. So those are the kind of the victories you take from that. No moral victories, of course, but we understand where we are. We're a young team. We're an inexperienced team. And we've got a ways to go, but the score to me doesn't tell the entire story. I still thought we did some really good things in that game.
Obviously, you guys have been battling through some injuries and some big ones. You've lost a couple players for the year and other people working through some stuff. How has that affected your timeline and where you expected your team to be right now?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of came into it, and we talked about this in the preseason. I didn't know what to expect from this year, just with 15 new faces and lots of freshmen putting in a new system. There was just a lot of unknowns. But yeah, I mean, it definitely doesn't help. I think if you look at our lineups and our minutes, sometimes things shift around a lot. We're playing people out of position. So it definitely doesn't help in terms of trying to get our feet underneath us with a new system and a style of play and all that. But no one's going to feel sorry for us. We got to keep showing up every night and competing, and whoever's healthy, gets those opportunities. But hopefully after Christmas break, we'll get a couple of those people back. I know last game we were down to 12, started the year with 18. So I'm hoping after Christmas break we can be up around 14, 15.
I hate to bring up a negative number, but I'm going to use it to preface this next question. 4 straight games of allowing 85 points or more. Where do you see things needing to be cleaned up the most on the defensive side?
I think what we try to do is we're playing fast. So we try not to look so much at the bottom line numbers, but more the advanced analytics stuff. And when you look at our defensive metrics from the advanced analytics standpoint, we're not an elite defensive team, but we are very much a good defensive team. I think when teams watch us, our philosophy is obviously we're taking away the three. Means they're going to give up stuff around the rim a little bit more. We're okay with that. Obviously, we shoot a lot of threes, so we're trying to capitalize on not giving up threes, taking the threes ourselves. Yeah, I mean, some of that can be cleaned up. There's definitely stretches in there where we're giving up maybe some too easy of a look at times, but we understand that some of our defensive philosophy is about kind of protecting the 3-point line, gambling. We do gamble a lot. We go for steals. I mean, the good side of that is we're top 5 in the nation in steals and turnovers for us, so we do take teams out of what they want to do. But yeah, we'd love to have a few more stretches where we're not giving up quite as much stuff at the rim. But some of that's give and take. You give up if you're trying to protect the rim, we're going to give up the 3. So you kind of have to pick and choose, what you're willing to give up.
I'm glad you mentioned about being one of the top teams in turnovers, forced, and steals. That's where I was going next. Obviously, that generates more possessions for you naturally and more offensive opportunities. Some of the shots not falling in. Do you like the looks your team's getting as far as once they're on the offensive end?
Yeah, I think, and again, some of this is learning to play fast, right? I think it's easier to learn to play fast defensively than it is to learn to play fast offensively. Offensively, it's much harder to play fast because you're catching the ball. Maybe you're slightly off balance, but you got to get the shot up because we need you to get the shot up to keep our pace alive. And so, yeah, I think especially for some of our freshmen, it takes a little bit of time to get used to playing at the speed and the physicality of this all. Because it's already hard enough to come as a freshman into the college game and just play traditional basketball.
Right.
And now we are, I think right now, at least last I checked, we were, I think tops in the country of possessions per game. I mean, we're literally one of the fastest teams, if not the fastest team in the country. And that's a lot to ask from a freshman on top of just the rigors of the college game, just playing at a normal pace.
Sure.
So yeah, I mean, I think as the season goes along, my hope is, I think we had a game here recently where we're like 30-something% from three, which is about where we would love to be, a little over 30. We are going to take some tough shots at times, and we're okay with that. But yeah, I'm hoping as we just continue to kind of settle in a little bit more, get our feet underneath us, that we'll be able to shoot a better percentage. But I think we're definitely going to continue to let it fly.
Tell us a little bit about what we're going to see tonight. Obviously, Warren Wilson averaging just under 60 points a game, which doesn't exactly blow anybody away when you look at it. But then you look at the schedule; they played some tough opponents. What are we going to see tonight?
Yeah, I mean, look, we have a couple common opponents, right? They played Brevard, a really tight game. Brevard just took a little bit of revenge out on us last game after losing to William Peace the game before. They played Guilford closer than we played Guilford, and so I think sometimes people look at just records and they don't dig into it. Obviously, as a coach, we're doing some advanced scouting and all that. So, listen, they're a really scrappy team. They've got three really good scorers that can put the ball in and fill up the stat sheet. So, yeah, we've definitely got our work cut out for us. And they've been battle-tested. I think they've had 3 Division I games. So they're very battle-tested. Their coach has been there quite a while. That's my neck of the woods, so I'm very, very familiar with the work that she's done there. So I think their record is pretty deceiving if people just look at that. So I expect it's going to be one of those games that in the fourth quarter is going to be
And we welcome you into Haynes Gym for the final time in the 2025 calendar year. We are underway, Greensboro College and Warren Wilson women's basketball here on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Good evening, everyone. Kendrick Fruits here with you as we are set to get this one underway. In fact, we are 13 seconds deep. Inbound and a throw up there by Stewart. Shot's no good. Picked up, though, the offensive board by Carr. The putback is also no good. Stewart there to clean it up, and the right-hander is good. And Greensboro will take a 2-0 advantage. Warren Wilson trying to deal with the Greensboro press, throwing this one down towards the far corner, and taken away. It's Bradford now with it for the Pride. Tatum Bradford into the front court, working to her left, hands it off to her right, rather, hands it off. Stewart, 3-ball, give it to her. Kinsley Stewart. An early big start for the Pride. Batts now throwing this one up to McNeil. McNeil over to Clark, now back to Batts on the right wing, and that one goes out of bounds. Let's go ahead and introduce you to the starting lineups. Bria Clark, number 0, the guard, sophomore for Warren Wilson, as well as number 3, Bria Batts, a redshirt sophomore guard. Number 22, Kara Littlejohn, power forward. She's a freshman. Ori Galloway, a guard. She's a freshman. We'll talk about her all night. And Marielle McNeil, a senior forward, is the lineup for Warren Wilson. This one put up a little 5-footer baseline by Littlejohn is good. Warren Wilson is on the board. It's 5-2. Greensboro's already made some full 5-on-5 substitutions. So here's Hairston pulling up for 3. Give it to her. Jada Hairston. Greensboro leads it 8-2 now. Here's Galloway driving towards the right side of the lane, cuts over the middle, shot's no good. Rebounds around, or rattles around the rim, picks up her own miss. Shot's no good. Taken by Hairston. Now to Ruano. Greensboro running. Ruano working right-hand side. Hook shot. That's no good. Misses everything. Rebound taken the other way by Clark. Here comes the Owls. Clark, right-hand side of the lane. Hook too strong. Galloway offensive board and the putback. Ori Galloway with 2 points, leading the team with over 15 points per game. Here's a 3-ball. That's a little bit too strong. Taken there by Camden Lakey. Rebound to Warren Wilson. It's now Galloway with it. Splitting between a couple defenders. Good feed, right-hand side, and that rattles home. Bria Clark for 2, and Warren Wilson has cut it down to a 2-point game. Ruano back to Hairston. Hairston on the right wing, 3-ball, give it to her again, Jada Hairston. Hairston 2 of 2 from deep early, 7:20 to go first quarter. Greensboro's lead is 5. Mid-range jumper misses everything. And saved by Irvin before going out of bounds. Irvin to Hairston. Long feed over the middle. Ari Ingram, nobody there. And lays it in, 13-6. Galloway feeds across left corner. That's going to go out of bounds. A turnover to the Pride. They're going to bring the starting lineup back out. So we can tell you who that lineup was for the Pride. Number one, Kayla Reynolds, the junior guard, transfer from Guilford Tech. Number 12, Kinsley Stewart, the freshman from Marion, North Carolina. Number 14, Taya Simpkins, the sophomore guard from Wake Forest, as Galloway forces a turnover and floats it home 13-8. Kerry Carr, the freshman forward from Beulahville, North Carolina. And number 33, Tatum Bradford, a freshman forward from Statesville, North Carolina. Stewart up top now, working left-hand side of the lane. Floats it in, right-hander good. 15-8 the score. Kinsley Stewart an early 7 points to lead all scorers. Galloway racing into the front court now for the Owls and tries to fire this one towards a teammate in the corner to save it from going out of bounds. Taken the other way by the Pride, though. Bradford to Carr, now to Reynolds. Reynolds trying to work left baseline. Flings it over the middle, was looking for Carr, instead finds Galloway, who wants to run. She's got to deal with 3 defenders, though, between herself and the basket. Shot no good, put back also no good. Another opportunity offensively, another offensive board, this time by Lucy Lewis is no good. Greensboro the other way. Reynolds through contact, shots no good, but Reynolds will go to the line and shoot 2. A lot of action in the first 4 minutes and 5 seconds, 5:55 to go in the first quarter. Greensboro leading at 15-8 right now. Reynolds will go to the line, where she will make her first free throw attempts of the 2025 season. First one misses, no good. Greensboro comes into today's contest with a 2-6 record, 0-3 in the USA South. Second free throw by Reynolds, too strong, no good. Offensive putback, though, by Ingram, no good. Another offensive opportunity, this time by Irvin, no good as well. Lewis picks it up and races into the front court. Good feed and a quick pass underneath the basket. That's good for 2. That was Twig Barnes. Ruano's going to tee up from 3. That misses everything. Saved, though, offensively by Lakey, but right to an Owl. Long feed up ahead to Barnes, who's behind the defense, and lays it in, 15-12, 5.5 to go first quarter. Reynolds into the front court, dealing with Barnes, right wing. Picks up the dribble, throws down into a contested lane. Ingram kicks this one out. Lakey, give it to her. Camden Lakey for 3. Greensboro is early 4 out of 7 from three-point range. Galloway now into the lane, kicks this one underneath the basket, and a little teardropper is good. Bria Clark, 18-14. Warren Wilson looking for their first win this year. They come into today's game 0-13. Lakey now pulls up deep, straight on 3. That's off the mark. Rebound taken, Galloway. And gives that one to Moosey Lewis, who lays it in, 18-16. Reynolds with it now, driving right-hand side, just flings one up, no good, misses everything. She goes down to the ground, no foul called. Long feed up ahead to Galloway. Galloway working right-hand baseline, there's a foul, shot's no good, but Ori Galloway will go to the line. Well, in 12 of her 13 games this year, Galloway has reached double figures, and we'll talk a little bit more about her when we come back. We've hit our first media timeout of the contest. 4:22 to go in the first quarter. Greensboro leading it 18-16 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. So we were telling you a little bit about Galloway a moment ago. In 12 of her 13 games this year, she's reached double figures in points, including a career-high 28 points against Guilford on the 19th of November, coming off a 17-point performance in 35 minutes against Huntington. And she'll go to the line here, where she is 55% from the charity stripe this season. Warren Wilson is a team 61.2% from the free throw line. First is good, 18-17. Early going, Greensboro shooting 41% from the floor. Warren Wilson is shooting 53%. Second free throw from Galloway rattles home, and we are tied at 18. Long feed up ahead from Hairston to Stewart. Stewart picks up the dribble, back out to Hairston. Hairston, three ball, no good, she's fouled. And Jada Hairston's going to go to the line. Hairston, a 65% free throw shooter this year. So with Warren Wilson 0-13 and Greensboro on a 5-game skid, this one means a lot to both teams. First free throw good by Hairston. Greensboro bounces back out on top, 19-18. Hairston eyes the mark. Second free throw good. Greensboro, one of 2 USA South teams in action today, as the third free throw rattles home, and Greensboro with a little bit of a press here. And it's going to force a turnover. Haley Ripley looking for Lewis. Instead, that pass goes out of bounds, and so Greensboro will force a turnover. Will be the 4th by the Owls here in the first quarter. Inbounded to Stewart. Stewart driving right-hand side. It is stripped on the way by Martin. Goes out of bounds. Ellie Martin forcing the turnover. With 4:10 to go first quarter, the Pride lead is 3. Martin inbounds this one to Ripley. Ripley back to Martin. Quick throw over to Galloway. They've crossed the timeline. Long feed into the middle. Taken away there. Ruano throwing down towards Lakey. Lakey trying to find Irvin in the paint. Instead taken away by Lewis. And they've crossed the timeline. Long feed over the middle. Taken away by Hairston. Couple turnovers both ways. Hairston now with a stutter step. Going into the lane. Layup no good. And Martin's going to come down with the board for Warren Wilson. Long feed up ahead to Galloway. She's got to chase it down. Slings it back in bounds, but into the Greensboro bench it will go. And so it's another Warren Wilson turnover with 3:36 to play. And once again, Greensboro will make full line substitutions. Actually, check that. Looks like Stewart's going to stay in. Other 4, yes. Stewart dribbling to the left, picks it up. 3-point shot was blocked by Galloway, and now Galloway's crossing the timeline, turning on the Jets, going towards the basket, lays that in. Impressive by the freshman. She's got 8. Warren Wilson trails now by a single point. Stewart slings this down to Carr, and Carr called for the travel just outside the right block. 3:12 to go, and it'll be Warren Wilson to inbound. Greensboro again will employ the press. 11 combined turnovers right now. 7 for the Owls and 5 for the Pride. That was almost another. Martin, though, regains possession, slings this one down to Galloway. Galloway has that one taken away by Bradford. Simpkins with it now. Galloway bothering her. Long feed up ahead to Stewart. Stewart, a spin move right-hand side of the lane. Taken away, though, by Martin now to Galloway. Slings this one up ahead. Nobody in front of Barnes, and she'll lay it in. And Warren Wilson back on top now, 22-21. Reynolds splitting a defender. She's fouled. Either Martin or Galloway. We'll see who they get. It will be Martin picking up the foul. First personal, team foul number 3 with 2:39 to play. More substitutions both ways. Greensboro again, Ruano, Ingram, Lakey, Irvin, and Hairston. For Warren Wilson, it's Clark, Martin, Littlejohn is checked back in. Hairston, a baseline jumper, no good. Littlejohn with the rebound. Up ahead to Martin. Martin just right up the middle. Ari Ingram trying to set her feet there. And she does. Offensive foul charge there to Martin. So she's picked up 2 quick ones, and they've got to put Galloway right back in. That's one thing we talked about on the pregame show that perhaps will be worth looking at as this game goes on, and that's the fact that this Owls team, while talented, is not deep. Lakey, a contested 3, left-hand side. That's no good. Irvin soars offensive board, now trying to muscle her way in, and she does. Jinx Irvin for 2, and Greensboro back on top 23-22 with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Now this time Galloway tries to split through a couple of defenders, and a whistle. We'll see who gets called for the foul. It's going to be on Hairston. Hairston picks up her first personal team foul, number 2. Oliver to inbound, looking for Galloway, instead finds Ruano. Ruano in the front, bouncing this one to Lakey. Lakey tries to go up with it. Instead, the ball knocked out of bounds by McNeil. And it will be off of Warren Wilson, so Greensboro will maintain possession with just under 2 minutes to go first quarter. It has been an exciting and eventful first quarter for sure. Bradford, a contested hook shot in the lane is good. Greensboro's lead is 3, 25-22. McNeil's pass to Galloway. Had it poked away by Carr. Galloway recovers, slings this one just to the right of the basket, and good there from Clark. She's got 6. 1 point lead for the Pride. Reynolds up top to Bradford. Bradford, a little bit of contact there from McNeil, gives to Stewart. Stewart now working right at the free throw line and fakes the pass out, layup no good. Offensive rebound, Taya Simpkins. She'll back it out. Now trying to go down low to Carr. Possession is taken away by Warren Wilson. That's Littlejohn. They get it, of course, into the hands of Galloway, who comes streaking into the front court. And a nice no-look pass to Clark. Didn't have a handle of it cleanly. Now they kick it back out to McNeil. That shot is good for 2. It's a long 2. Long 2 will make it a 1 point lead for Warren Wilson until Kinsley Stewart slings it up there. And that's another Greensboro lead of 1, 27-26. Gives Stewart 9 points now. There's a whistle. And it's going to be out of bounds, I believe, on Greensboro. No, on Warren Wilson. Ruano bounce pass there, looking for Galloway. It goes out of bounds, so Ruano to do it again. Looking for Hairston, bounce pass, finds her. Now slings it down low to Ely, who's going to be fouled. Nishara Ely, the freshman from Elizabeth City, will go to the stripe now. She is 2 of 4 this year from the free throw line. And her first free throw rattles home. Greensboro will take a 2 point lead with 48 seconds to go. Stewart and Hairston, the leading scorers for Greensboro with 9 each. Galloway has 8 to lead the Owls. Second free throw, no good. Offensive rebound, though, tipped by Irvin, goes for Ruano, and then taken away by Lewis. Now a steal. Ely gives this one back to Ruano, who's going to be immediately called for the travel, and a turnover with 40 seconds to go. Now a combined 20 turnovers in the first quarter. 11 for Warren Wilson and 8 for Greensboro. Check that. 19 turnovers, 11 for Warren Wilson and 8 for Greensboro. Here's Barnes. Now down low to Galloway. Galloway can't get around Simpkins. Kicks this one back out. Lewis. Left-hand side, Clark. That's good on the baseline. We are all square at 28 with 16 seconds remaining. Greensboro can play for the final shot of the quarter, but instead Stewart will sling up a 3. That's no good. High rebound goes to Galloway, who lands awkwardly. There's a whistle. And it's going to be Greensboro's possession here. Reynolds slings this one up to Bradford, kicks it out to Simpkins. Simpkins contested three with 5 seconds left, too strong. Here comes Barnes. Now to Lewis, who just heaves up a prayer at the buzzer, and it does not go. So 10 exciting minutes in the books, and we're all square at 28 here on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
Greensboro College, to Greensboro College, to Greensboro College. To Greensboro College.
Quick look at some of the first quarter numbers. Greensboro shot 37% from the floor, while Warren Wilson shot 65%, 13 out of 20. Owls did not attempt a three. They were 2 of 2 from the stripe. Greensboro was 4 of 12 from deep and 4 of 7 from the free throw line. Well, a quarter of the way in, nobody's got an advantage here yet. All tied at 28. Lewis to Clark. And that expedition for Warren Wilson so far has yet to yield any points. Lewis with it, being bothered there by Lakey. Now a contested three, awkward angle, and somehow gets it to bank in. Twig Lewis, check that, Moosey Lewis for three, the largest Warren Wilson lead of the game. Ely trying to get around a defender. Shot's no good. It's blocked. Goes back to Ely. Kicks it out. Ruano now into the corner. Hairston. Hairston, reverse layup, too strong, and it goes back to Moosey Lewis. Lewis into the front court. Taken away. Irvin to Lakey. Lakey, a long sling up ahead to Ruano. Plays the short hop. And slings up a three off the back iron, no good. Irvin soars for the board, kicks it back out. Lakey, another three, again off the back iron, no good. And the rebound taken by Warren Wilson. For a moment, Irvin, fighting for it. They're both on the ground, and a foul called on Irvin. So, first foul for Jinx Irvin today. Actually, her second foul, first team foul of the quarter. Carr racing from behind Lewis, forces a turnover. Stewart has it taken away herself now. Here comes McNeil. McNeil on the run, nobody there. An easy lay-in for Marielle McNeil. It's now 33-28. Owls have a 5-point advantage. Hairston to Bradford. Stewart thought about the three, now works inside, slings it down low to Bradford. Shot good and one. Tatum Bradford, her second basket of the game. Through contact, the foul's going to be called on McNeil. That is her first. With 8:15 to go in the second quarter. Free throw coming here for Bradford. And it's good. 33-31. Warren Wilson trying to break the press. They do. Lewis. Moosey Lewis picks up the dribble in the paint. Sends this one back out to Clark. Taken away there by Stewart. Stewart forcing another turnover. We talked about the quick hands. Nice bounce pass down low to Carr. We're tied at 33. Oliver now looking to inbound through pressure. to Lewis, back to Oliver. Bounce pass up ahead to McNeil. Now slings it over to Clark. Clark working right wing, has Simpkins on her. Gives this one back to Oliver. Oliver just inside the free throw line. Shot is out of bounds. And Greensboro will grab possession with 7:40 to go. It'll be Ingram to inbound to Hairston. Hairston using an Ingram pick. Galloway, though, going with her. Now gives it to Ruano. Back up top to Ingram. Ingram trying to work there on Littlejohn. Picks up the dribble, gives to Lakey. Lakey left-hand side. There's contact, and most of the contact is Littlejohn on the ball. Blocked out of bounds, and it will be off of Warren Wilson, so Greensboro maintains possession. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Hairston bounce pass down low to Irvin. Irvin loses it on the gather. And here comes Warren Wilson the other way. It's Lewis. Lewis splitting through a couple defenders. Nice pass down low to Galloway. Shot too strong. Ruano with the rebound. Greensboro running. What else is new? Ruano picks up the dribble. No look pass. Hairston wide open three. That's no good. Off the iron. Lakey, though, picks up the offensive board. Steps back for three herself. That one spins in and out. No good. Ingram with the offensive board. Kicks this one back out. Hairston. Another three ball. That one's off the back iron. No good as well. And a defensive rebound now for Warren Wilson. Littlejohn gives it to Galloway, who's running. Splitting defenders, goes up strong with the right hand. Good and one. Ori Galloway has 10, a chance to add another. Hairston's going to pick up the foul. For Hairston, that will be her second personal. Free throw, no good. Rebound for Carr. Greensboro will try to make up a 2-point gap. Reynolds hands this one off to Bradford. Bradford right-hand side, gives it to Stewart. Stewart picks up the dribble up top to Reynolds again. Reynolds stepping back now. Stewart just off center. Back to Reynolds. Reynolds a three ball from the right wing. That one swings in. Give it to her, Kayla Reynolds. Greensboro on top, 36-35. Lewis slings this one out of bounds, looking for Littlejohn, but they're not on the same page. That is the 17th turnover of Warren Wilson. Greensboro has committed 11. Not that far behind. Pride lead by one on the scoreboard. Reynolds, another three. That one's going to rattle off, no good. Galloway with the board. She's running the other way. Again, trying to finish through contact. No good, but an offensive putback, a line drive putback by Clark is good. She's in double figures now as well. Stewart slipping through a couple defenders, loses the ball on the way up, taken away by Galloway for a moment. Now she's fighting with Stewart. Galloway's got it, gives it to Martin, and Warren Wilson going the other way. Martin slings it up right hand, no good. Once a foul, doesn't get it. Now they are tied up between Simpkins and Clark. And Martin's going to pick up the foul, her third. With 5:39 to go in the first half, Greensboro down by a point. Ingram, Hairston, Lakey, Irvin, and Ruano for the Pride. Ruano with it, working on Barnes, bouncing this one down low to Irvin. Irvin trying to work around a double team, back out to Ruano, now to Hairston. Hairston, three ball from the left wing, shot's no good, she's fouled. Foul's going to be charged to Galloway, her first. And for the second time today, Hairston is going to go to the line to shoot 3 free throws. She was perfect her first time. Greensboro is 5 of 8 from the stripe today. That's 62%. In line just about with their 61% on the season. Hairston's first free throw, no good. Hairston needs 1 to tie, 2 to take the lead. She would be the first Greensboro player in double figures today with 1 make. Misses her second. So it's looking like a good foul for Galloway. Hairston's third free throw is good. She's got 10. We're tied at 37. Long feed up ahead. Nobody saw Lewis. Moosey Lewis. One of the easiest lay-ins you'll ever get. 39-37, Warren Wilson. Hairston out to Ruano. Deeper three. That one looking for a little help from the backboard. Doesn't get it. Lewis's pass intended for Barnes is taken away. Ruano gives it to Lakey. Lakey, three ball, no good off the front iron. Rebound fought for and saved by Warren Wilson. It's Clark. Clark on the run. Long feed up ahead and another easy lay-in. This time by Twig Barnes. 41-37. Hairston to Ruano. Greensboro down 4. 4:30 to go. Next stoppage will bring us to a timeout. Ingram, spin move in the lane, doesn't result in a basket. Taken away off the board by the Owls. It's Galloway. Galloway, long feed into the right corner. Setting her feet is Clark. Long three, air ball. And Irvin with the defensive board. Here comes Hairston. Hairston to Irvin. Irvin fakes the three, now drives right-hand side of the lane. Contact on the way up, no foul. Defensive rebound by Littlejohn. Now a little hand check there from Ruano and Lewis. Ruano called for the foul, and that will take us to our media timeout with 4:03 to go in the first half. 41-37. Oh, no, looks like we're not taking that timeout. Nope, yeah, we are. Okay, I thought so. 4:03 to go in the first half. Greensboro trailing 41-37 on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
Greensboro College. To Greensboro College. To Greensboro College. To Greensboro College.
.403 to go in the first half. Warren Wilson leading by 4. Galloway with it, gives it now to Lewis. Lewis streaking into the front court, working around a double team, picks up her dribble. Greensboro trying to force the turnover. Goes out of bounds, but off of Stewart. And so they will throw in, will the Owls, right in front of the Greensboro bench. 3:51 to play. Lewis looking for Galloway, finds her, trying to get around Stewart. Stewart's going to be called for a foul there. Took a little swat at the ball. And that'll be the first personal on Kinsley Stewart. Greensboro has 12 steals today as part of 18 turnovers forced. Galloway calling out the shot, slings this one over to Clark. Bounce pass to Littlejohn, now trying to find Galloway back in the middle. Was tipped, puts up the shot, it's short, there's a foul called. And it's gonna go on Twig Barnes, picking up her second personal. Greensboro still down 4, 3.5 to go in the half. Reynolds to Bradford, who just tees up a straight on three, just grazes the front iron, no good. And rebound, Lewis was fighting for it. There's a foul. It's going to go on Stewart again, picking up another quick one. That's her second personal, team foul number 4. And that's going to put Warren Wilson in the bonus. So going to the line now is Lewis. Greensboro will make some substitutions first. Ingram, Hairston, Lakey, Ruano, and Ingram. Lewis goes to the line for her first free throw attempts of the afternoon. A 58.5% free throw shooter on the year. First is no good. Second free throw coming. Lewis eyes the mark. And it's good. 42-37, matching the largest lead for the Owls today. Ruano gives this one off to Irvin up top. Slings it towards Ingram. Ingram, a bounce pass on the baseline. Irvin goes left-hand side to right-hand side and lays it in. Jinx Irvin pulls the Pride to within 3. Contact there for Clark. Slings this one down low. Shot's no good. A little strong there from Barnes. Littlejohn, offensive board. Ingram fighting for it. Possession to Greensboro. Under 3 to go, 2:56 to be exact, as Hairston crosses midcourt. Working off a screen from Ingram, now pulls up straight on 3 off the front iron and rattles home. Give it to her, Jada Hairston ties it at 42. Wanting to run is Galloway. Pretty uncontested layup from the left-hand side. Warren Wilson goes back out in front, 44-42. Ruano with it. Thought about a 3, gives it to Hairston. Hairston slings it down low to Ingram, and Galloway takes it away. A little bit of a soft pass. Now Galloway, another uncontested layup. Interestingly, we've started to see that she lays it up on the left-hand side, but goes with the right hand. Greensboro is going to take a timeout. We will keep it here, 46-42. Take a look at some of the numbers here in the first half. Leading scorer for Greensboro, Hairston with 13, 12 for Galloway for Warren Wilson. Greensboro shooting 26% in the second quarter after a 10 of 27 performance in the first, just 5 of 19 here in the second. Whereas Warren Wilson shot 65% in the first quarter and still keeping it hot in the second with a 50% performance. So Greensboro down 4. Stewart picks up her dribble over to Bradford. Bradford just inside the three-point arc. Fake a pull-up to Stewart, back to Bradford. Bradford with, I think, a foot on the line. That one's going to rattle in. They're going to give it to her, a 3. Bradford's 3 pulls Greensboro to within 1. Clark racing up ahead now, trying to fire down low to Barnes. In the corner, back to Clark. Clark got tripped up there. And she is adjusting her shoe. I'm not sure if they're going to give it to Carr. Yep, they are. Carrie Carr is going to pick up the foul. That'll be her first personal. And 2 free throws coming. Warren Wilson leads by 1. Free throw coming for Clark. Her first attempts of the night. 66% on the year. First free throw good. Greensboro fires that one, no good. Running the other way now is Warren Wilson after the second free throw, by the way, no good by Clark. A line drive layup there by Lewis, no good. Here comes the Pride the other way. There's a foul as Stewart was trying to go up for the basket, and she'll pick up her 3rd. Minute 21 to go. And more free throws coming the other way for the Owls. McNeil to the line. She's got 2 points today in 9 minutes of action. Trying to build on a 2-point advantage. That's good. McNeil, one of the better free throw shooters on this team, came into today at 71%. Second free throw coming. And off to the side, no good. But Barnes picks up the offensive board now to McNeil. And another possession here for the Owls. Galloway driving right-hand side. Quick pass under the middle, looking for McNeil, who was not looking for it. Now they give it out to Barnes. Barnes slings that one up, no good. Ingram with the defensive board. 1 minute, 3 seconds to go in the first half. Ruano, right-hand side, tries to go up with it. I think Barnes got a hand on it. Ruano, though, recovers, slings it out to Lakey. That's no good. At a wide-open three off the no-look pass. Offensive board, Irvin will not go in on the putback, and a foul. And Irvin is going to be called for the foul and another second chance effort. That'll be her third. So Greensboro now 2 players with 3 fouls, as we're down to 51 seconds remaining in the first half, that is. Lucy Lewis, free throw good. Second free throw coming. That's going to clang off the back iron. Carr with the defensive rebound to Bradford. Long feed up ahead to Stewart. Stewart back up top, Bradford. Bradford tees up a three. That's going to hit off the iron and rattle home. Tatum Bradford has 11. Greensboro's cut it to 1. Galloway wanting to run again. Excuse me, shots low. From the right-hand side, no good. Greensboro with the defensive board at Simpkins. Shot clock is turned off. Simpkins down low to Stewart, kicks it out to Carr. Back up top to Simpkins again. Driving through the middle of the lane, layup too strong. Offensive board, Carr. Her shot's no good. McNeil comes down with it. And Simpkins takes it away with 10 seconds left. Kicks it out to Stewart. Stewart driving, bounce pass to Carr. Carr with the layup and good. Greensboro grabs the lead, 6 seconds to go before the half. Warren Wilson McNeil sends this one back down to Bats. Not enough time for the Owls to make anything happen. And after a late flurry, Greensboro jumps out to a 1-point lead at the break. 50-49 your score. We'll step aside and we'll break down the first half when we come back on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
Every college athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College, we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast, you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
You know, I just really felt like I was a person, you know, and they really cared about you, not only as like an athlete, but, you know, as an individual as well. And so that was one of the things that like led me here, honestly.
The Getting to Know podcast from Greensboro College Athletics. We are one Pride, and these are our stories.
We have reached halftime at Haynes Gym. Greensboro College leading Warren Wilson by 1. 50-49 is your score at the break. We'll take a look at some of the first half numbers here. Obviously, with the score being the way it is, Greensboro has put up quite a few shots, 55 of them to be exact. 18 of 55 shooting, that's 32.7%. 8 of 26 from 3, that's 30%. And 6 of 11 from the stripe, 54%. It's been a bit of an issue for Greensboro this year. For Warren Wilson, 49 points on 21 of 39 shooting, that's 53%. 1 of 2 from 3, obviously you can do the math there, that's 50%. And 6 of 11 from the stripe as well. Rebounding goes to Warren Wilson, 29-28. Offensive boards to Greensboro, though, 16-8. Assists go to the Owls, 12-10. Turnovers, 20 for Warren Wilson, 14 for Greensboro. Bench points go to the Pride, 23-19. 4 blocks for the Owls, none for the Pride. Fast break points go 22-6 in favor of Warren Wilson. 14 Greensboro steals, 11 for the Owls today. And points in the paint, a big 32-18 advantage for Warren Wilson. A lot of that because of Ori Galloway and her explosiveness in getting to the basket. In terms of individual numbers, Galloway leading the way with 14 points, leading all scorers on 6 of 14 shooting, 2 of 3 from the stripe today. 11 points for Clark, 9 points for Lewis, 8 for Barnes, 3 for McNeil, 2 each for Littlejohn and Oliver. In terms of rebounding, Clark and Littlejohn leading the way with 7, 6 for Lewis, 5 for Galloway, 2 for Martin, 1 each for McNeil and Barnes. 7 assists for Galloway, 3 from Clark, 1 each from McNeil and Lewis. 3 steals for Galloway and Littlejohn, 2 for Lewis and 1 for McNeil. 2 blocks for Barnes, 1 each for Littlejohn and Galloway. In terms of fouls, Martin has 2, Martin has 3. Barnes and Littlejohn with 2, 1 each for Galloway and McNeil. As far as Greensboro's numbers are concerned, 13 points for Hairston, 11 for Bradford, 9 for Stewart, and 4 each for Carr and Irvin, 3 for Lakey, 3 for Reynolds, 2 for Ingram, and 1 for Ely. In terms of rebounding, it'll go to Irvin with 6, Carr with 5, 4 with Ingram, 4 for Ingram, 3 each for Stewart and Ruano, and then 1 for Simpkins, Bradford, Hairston, and Ely. Assists go to Stewart with 4, 2 for Ruano, 1 each for Reynolds, Bradford, Hairston, and Ingram. Steals, 3 for Hairston, 2 for Reynolds and Stewart, and for Carr, and for Ruano, 1 each for Bradford, Ingram, and Irvin. 3 fouls each for Kinsley Stewart and Jinx Irvin, 2 for Hairston, 1 each for Carr and Ruano. And Greensboro hangs on to a 1-point lead at the break. 50-49 is your score. We'll step aside. We'll take a look at what else is going on around the USA South. When we come back, I'll give you a hint. It's not a whole lot, but we'll tell you all about it anyways. When we come back, halftime continuing on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
I grew up on the Outer Banks, Manio, North Carolina. So the path to Greensboro College was a little bit of an unbeaten path. The same thing here. Like, I had never watched a sport. I don't know anything about cars. Taking an opportunity that comes out of nowhere, and it might not be the vision that you had for yourself, but you could make a mark. I think the records were kind of just a byproduct of who I wanted to become as a man.
Every college athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College, we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast, you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
You know, I just really felt like I was a person, you know, and they really cared about you, not only as like an athlete, but, you know, as an individual as well. And so that was one of the things that like led me here, honestly.
The Getting to Know podcast from Greensboro College Athletics. We are one Pride, and these are our stories. Time now for a swing around the USA South. Told you not a whole lot was going on in women's hoops. We'll get you caught up on what happened on Tuesday. Obviously, Greensboro fell to Brevard 90-58. North Carolina Wesleyan put up 90 against Mary Baldwin. They won it 90-57. Southern Virginia at home took down William Peace in a conference match 67-52. Methodist over Salem 51-41. Yesterday, Methodist and Brevard, a conference contest that saw the Tornadoes come out of it with an 82-60 win. Brevard now is 3-1 in conference play. Anna Lee Morris leading the way, 21 points, including a perfect 10 of 10 from the charity stripe, a double-double from Olivia Miller, 18 points and 13 rebounds. Earlier today, Averett defeating Meredith 65-47, the final score in that one. 20 points off the bench for DeShandria Giggets, and 12 points for Brianna Sams for Averett. Leading the way for Meredith was Molly Zuberg with a double-double of 12 points and 10 boards. So the USA South standings coming into today, Pfeiffer and Southern Virginia sitting atop them, 4-0 each. Brevard and William Peace at 3-1. Methodist is 2-2. North Carolina Wesleyan and Mary Baldwin both 1-3. Salem is 0-2. And then Greensboro and Meredith are both 0-3. Still a little bit of action to go before the end of the calendar year, although this will represent the end of Greensboro's 2025 portion of the calendar. Still to come, excuse me, in the USA South on Saturday, Salem on the road at Meredith. Then on Monday the 29th, so after 9 days off, SVU is at Washington University. Bethany will take on Methodist in non-conference action. Then Tuesday the 30th, SVU is at Wellesley. Virginia Wesleyan travels to Meredith, and Bethany will take on William Peace. And then New Year's Eve, Mary Baldwin is at Hollins, and Bridgewater takes on Methodist. Greensboro's next conference game will be Tuesday, January the 6th. Next game of any type on the road at North Carolina Wesleyan. They will not be at home again until Saturday, January the 10th, when they take on the Avenging Angels of Meredith. 2 minutes to go in halftime. Greensboro leading it by 1. And we will bring you second half action when we come back on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Getting ready to start second half action. Greensboro leading it 50-49 at the break. And in 15 more seconds, that break will be over. Heading out on the floor for Warren Wilson is Clark, Barnes, Littlejohn, Galloway, and Lewis. Greensboro has Reynolds, Stewart, Carr, Simpkins, and Bradford. And second half action underway as Galloway will cross the timeline. Quickly picked up by Carr, breezes by her, underhand toss there to Lewis. Lewis at the right wing, picks up the dribble, throws down low to Littlejohn. Littlejohn trying to go over a double team, shot too strong, and Stewart comes down with the board. She's wanting to run into the front court. Wants reverse direction. She does over the left-hand side of the lane. Kinsley Stewart for 2, and Greensboro leads it 52-49. Stewart becomes the third Greensboro player in double figures today. Carr takes a swipe at that one, and there's a travel called on Barnes. Twig Barnes, a start and a stop. Greensboro ball, 30 seconds into the second half. The Pride lead is 3. Largest lead for Greensboro today has been 7. Hairston to Ingram. Ingram picks up the dribble, was looking for Ruano, but Ruano bothered there by Lewis. Now to Lakey. Lakey gives this one to Ingram. Ingram, 3-ball, slightly off to the left. Shot's no good. And the rebound taken by Lewis. Lewis splitting through Hairston and Lakey, driving to the lane. Shot's no good. Offensive board there by Littlejohn. Ruano trying to bother her. Littlejohn shot deflected by Ruano. She picks up her own miss. Galloway with it now. Back to Littlejohn. That one off the front iron, no good. Irvin with the board, and Lakey runs. Baseball pass all the way down to Ingram and bounces off of the padding out of bounds. It'll be Warren Wilson ball. Lakey showing off the arm strength there, but led Ingram a little bit too strong. Galloway getting past Carr, flips this one over towards Lewis. Now back to Galloway, over her shoulder, misses it for a minute, puts up a floater, misses everything. Littlejohn with the board, gives it now to Clark, And Clark banks it in off the top of the window, 52-51. Long feed up ahead to Stewart. Stewart mid-range jumper is pure, 54-51. 8:20 to go in the third quarter. Galloway again wanting to run. Running past Reynolds, and a little bit out of control is Galloway. The ball goes out of bounds. Greensboro will try to build off a 3-point lead. Subs coming for the Pride. Well, already Warren Wilson 8 points away from matching their season average of 59 points per game. Clearly they're going to blow past that. What's been a very spirited game. Ingram picks up the dribble, kicks it out to Lakey. Lakey left wing three ball, give it to her. Camden Lakey's got 6 as Galloway fouled on her way up. Ingram will be charged with the foul, and before Galloway even reached the ground, Ingram was going to pick her up. So Galloway is 2 for 3 from the stripe. Free throw good. Second free throw coming. And it's good also. 57-53. Reynolds with it, hands it off to Bradford. Bradford thought about a straight on three, now kicks it out to Stewart. Stewart, three ball, that's no good. Rebound fought for Little John with it and stuck between a Carr and Stewart sandwich. Jump ball called, and possession favors the Pride. Stewart slings it up top to Reynolds. Reynolds, three ball. Off the front iron, no good. Offensive rebound again, this time Simpkins. Simpkins trying to back down Lewis, gives it to Stewart. Nice dish down low for Carr. That one goes out of bounds, though, off of, I believe, Little John. Oh, there's a foul called. Galloway's going to pick up the foul. And Carr will go to the line. She's got 4 points today. And she is a 38% free throw shooter this year. First one rattles home. Second coming. And that one drops in, 59-53. That one high off the glass and in for Warren Wilson, 59-55. Pass out of bounds. Tipped, I think, by Galloway. More substitutions coming. Hairston with it. Hairston working around a screen from Irvin. Now trying to drive right-hand side, underhands it in. Jada Hairston, we've seen her from deep today, and this time showing a little bit of finesse around the basket as well. 61-55, 7 minutes to go, third quarter. That pass intercepted. Lewis found Ingram, now it's Ruano. Ruano slings it across to Hairston. Hairston up top to Ingram. Ingram straight on three ball, that's gonna miss, no good. Rebound taken by McNeil, and I think Ruano's gonna be called for a foul. Yes, she will. That'll be her second personal, 6:44 to go in the third quarter. And Clark will inbound from the side court. Inbounds to Galloway. Galloway getting past Carr. This time, though, Simpkins was ready. Slings this one down low and poked out there by Carr. And possession will stay with the Owls. It will be Lewis to inbound. Martin is on the floor with 3 fouls. For Greensboro, Stewart is on the floor with 3 fouls as well. Blocked there by Bradford. Kinsley Stewart has it. 2-on-1 for Greensboro. Pass to Reynolds across the lane and good. Kayla Reynolds has 5 in her first start here at Greensboro. She's looked good. Galloway wanting to sprint through the middle, and I think Ingram's going to be called for, Carr is called for a foul. She doesn't agree. It's her second personal. Team foul. What's that going to be? Number 3, I believe. Greensboro with their largest lead of the game, sitting at 8 right now with 6:19 to play third quarter. Martin throws it into the backcourt to Galloway. Galloway slings this one to Martin. Left wing 3 off the back iron, no good. Ruano comes down with the offensive board, or defensive board, turns into McNeil, now slings it up ahead to Lakey. Lakey working baseline, shots too strong. Rebound tipped out and taken by Irvin. Irvin now trying to back down her defender, picks up the dribble, and a jump ball called with possession going to Warren Wilson. 5:55 to go third quarter. Martin will inbound for the Owls. Greensboro with the press. Goes to Littlejohn, back to Martin. Martin slings this one to Galloway, who sneaks down the far sideline. Now driving left-hand side of the lane. My goodness, Galloway just breezes by the entire defense. So many layups today, completely uncontested it seems. This one cuts it to 6. There's a 3 ball. Missing off the mark, Strong. There's the putback and 1. Jakes Irvin Strong on the left-hand side. And Irvin will attempt the 3-point play. Foul called on Barnes. That will be her 3rd. Ori Galloway, the freshman, approaching her 20 points today. Right now, though, Jakes Irvin looking for her 7th. Free throw no good, but Carr there to gobble up the offensive board, gives it to Simpkins, now down to Bradford, back out to Simpkins in the left corner, now driving, throws this one underneath the basket. Carr off balance with the layup, no good, chasing that one out of bounds, and it will be Warren Wilson ball. 5:22 to play. Good offensive possession for Greensboro, everything but the finish. Galloway with it. Carr trying to force a turnover. Galloway, though, spins and throws this one down low. Layup too strong. No good by Barnes. Offensive board, Littlejohn. The putback, no good. And Bradford will be called with the foul. That'll be her first personal. Team foul number 4. And Littlejohn will go to the line. She's got 2 points today. This is her first free throw attempt. It's off the front iron, no good. 65-57, 5:09 to play, and 1 free throw still to come. Warren Wilson 2 of 3 from the stripe in the second half, make him 2 of 4, as the second free throw also misses the mark. Reynolds to Bradford. Bradford, a straight-on 3 ball, that's no good, rattling around. Rebound taken by Clark, and on the run now is Barnes. Now down low to Littlejohn, picks up the dribble, looking for Clark. Now caroms off of the shin of Barnes. It's Bradford with it for Greensboro, and they try to settle things down. Of course, you know how fast this offense goes. Settling down, not really part of their vocabulary. Inside to Carr for 2. Kerry Carr gives Greensboro a 10-point lead. Galloway now blows past Carr. Carr trying to stutter step into the lane. Shot's good, counted, and a foul. Ori Galloway, the only part of this Warren Wilson team that Greensboro has not figured out yet. Foul called on Bradford. And that will take us to the under 5 media timeout. 4:30 to go. Free throw coming when we come back. 67-59, Greensboro's lead is 8 on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
I grew up on the Outer Banks, Manio, North Carolina. So the path to Greensboro College was a little bit of an unbeaten path. The same thing here. Like, I had never watched a sport. I don't know anything about cars. Taking an opportunity that comes out of nowhere, and it might not be the vision that you had for yourself, but you could make a mark. I think the records were kind of just a byproduct of who I wanted to become as a man.
.430 to go in the third quarter. Free throw coming for Ori Galloway. The freshman from Jacksonville, North Carolina, leading all scorers with 20 points today. And she's 4 of 5 from the stripe, where she'll have another attempt here to complete the three-point play. The Greensboro lead is 8, but Galloway obviously the threat to cut it to 7, and she does. Jinx Irvin with it, slings this to Lakey. Lakey from the left wing, now driving towards the left baseline, gives it back out to Ingram. Ingram up top to Ruano. Ruano drives in, kicks this one out. Hairston thought about a three. Instead, driving the lane, she's stripped on the way up. She goes down, and here comes Galloway, who is going to draw contact with Irvin. Jinx Irvin's going to pick up her 4th foul already. First player to reach 4. And again, Galloway goes to the line as the Owls are once again in the bonus. She's 5 of 6. Now 5 of 7. The rest of the team is 4 of 10. Second free throw coming from Galloway. Missed them both uncharacteristically. Rebound goes to Ruano. To Ingram now. Ingram hands this one off to Lakey. Lakey working deep in the right wing, now back up top. Slings this one to Ruano. Thought about a three, instead sends it down low to Ingram. Ingram picks up the dribble, turns around and fires that one in. Ari Ingram gives Greensboro a 9-point advantage. Mid-range jumper is good the other way. That's Bria Clark. 69-62. Ruano now driving right baseline. Picks up her dribble, trying to work through a double team. Taken away there by Littlejohn. Quick sling over to Martin. Martin now long feed up ahead. That's Barnes. Barnes trying to work around Hairston, and that one rattles home. 69 to 64. 3:13 to play. Lakey, left wing. Deep three. I think that might have been partially blocked there. Martin on the rebound. Long feed up ahead. Lakey got a hand on it. It goes out of bounds and will stay with the Owls. Greensboro's 5-point lead here in the third quarter. The Pride have outscored the Owls 19-15 since the break. Martin to inbound. Slings it up top to Galloway. Galloway had to go up for it. And now splitting through defenders, flings a shot, and all for the travel there. It was almost an incredibly artistic and acrobatic make there from Galloway. Instead, a turnover, and now Kinsley Stewart thought about a three, gives it to Reynolds. Reynolds pulls up from three. That shot's no good. Carr trying to soar for the board. Instead, it goes to Galloway. Galloway sprinting into the front, and another stutter step, rebound too strong, and Reynolds comes down with the rebound. Reynolds crossing the timeline, will fire this one looking for Clark, but a foul called. Galloway's going to pick up the foul. That's her third personal, team foul number 3. Galloway, the third member of Warren Wilson to pick up 3 fouls today. Greensboro's got 1 with 4 and 1 with 3. Reynolds up top. Driving with the left hand. There's contact as she tried to work her way down the left-hand side of the lane. And Galloway's going to pick up her 4th. How huge would that be if Greensboro could get Galloway out of here early? 4 fouls. Check that. It was actually McNeil called for the foul there, not Galloway. So McNeil with her 2nd. That one taken away by Bradford, and there's another whistle. A little ticky-tack foul there on Kinsley Stewart, her 4th, 2:23 to go. Clock was still running. I think they may have to add a couple seconds back there. .216 is what it shows. I think they'll end up at about 2:23 or so. Free throws coming the other way. It'll be Martin when we get the clock issue figured out. Martin looking for her first point of the game. Ellie Martin averaging 8.4 points per game. 3rd highest on the team. Excuse me, behind Galloway's 15 and 13 from Lucy Lewis, who has 9 today. That one rattles around and caroms off, no good. So they actually added more time than I thought. 2:27 is on the clock. 2nd free throw for Martin is good. She's got her first point of the game. And there's a timeout that will stretch into a media here with 2:27 to play. And Warren Wilson has cut it to 4. 69-65 your score on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Well, in some ways, Greensboro has righted the ship a little bit, at least from the floor. After shooting 28% in the second quarter, they have responded to shoot 42% here in quarter number 3, but just 1 of 9 from three-point range, leading to a 9 of 35 tally on the evening as a whole today for the Pride. Greensboro looking for their 3rd win of the year. They come into today's game again at 2-6. Hairston crossing the timeline, working on Galloway. Bounces this one down to Ingram, just up past the free throw line. Now Ingram trying to make a little bit of inroads. Kicks this out to Ruano. Ruano a 3-ball. That's no good off the side iron. Goes up, picks up her own miss. Collides, though, with Ingram, and the putback no good. Defensive rebound by Barnes. Long feed up ahead to Martin. Martin runs into Ingram, out of bounds. Greensboro ball. Martin wanted a foul, I think, for contact. Didn't get it. Hairston working her way up. Greensboro's got 2 players with 4 fouls. Stewart and Irvin. We've not seen a whole lot of Jinx Irvin recently. That one just slung up there by Hairston. And battling for possession on the baseline. Jump ball, possession arrow to Greensboro. Greensboro subs in 4. With Hairston staying out for the Pride. Joined by Reynolds, Bradford, Simpkins, and Carr. This one out to Bradford, who now tries to back down. Martin slings it down to Carr on the baseline. Carr goes up and back down, called for the travel. The good thing for Greensboro, obviously you got a little bit of height in Kerry Carr. You can run some plays on the baseline, but just up and down there and a turnover. Owls can cut this to 1 possession. Here comes a 3. That's going to kick off the back iron, no good, and go out of bounds. I thought off of Barnes, but they're going to say off of Reynolds, and so Warren Wilson will keep possession with 20 on the shot clock. 1:28 to go in the 3rd quarter. Quick inbound to Clark. Clark off the left-hand side of the backboard. Right-hand side off the backboard. I promise I know my left and rights. It's a 2-point game. Bradford picks up the dribble, slings it into the right corner. 3-ball, Hairston, give it to her. Jada Hairston has 18. She's 4 of 7 from 3-point range. Martin trips over Carr, and a foul called on Kerry Carr. A blocking foul called with 1:04 to play. Two coming here for Martin. She's 1 of 2. Warren Wilson shooting 44% in the 3rd quarter from the free throw line, just 50% for the game. Martin's first free throw is good. Greensboro's lead is again cut to 4. 22-18 the 3rd quarter score. Second free throw from Martin, rattling around, no good. And Ingram's pass immediately intercepted by Galloway, lays it in. It's a 2-point game. Ingram bouncing it to Lakey. A little bit of a press here for the Owls. Under a minute to go, 3rd quarter. Lakey to Ingram. Ingram fakes a 3, picks up the dribble, slings it down low to Ely. Ely contested shot, no good. Picks up her own miss, sends this one out looking for Hairston. Instead finds Martin. Martin to Galloway, and of course Galloway wants to run. Trying to work on Ingram, an easy bounce pass. Shot no good though by McNeil, and bodies on the floor. And it will be Warren Wilson ball here. 33.7 to go, and the Owls can tie or take the lead. Martin to inbound. And that's taken away by Ruano. Ruano wanting to run. It's a 2-on-1 for a moment. Picks up her dribble, kicks it out to Simpkins. Had an open look at a 3, doesn't take it. And that's swatted away by Martin. 22 seconds to go. And Simpkins going to be called for a foul the other way. Taya Simpkins with her first personal. Free throws coming again for Martin with 21 seconds to go. Greensboro's committed 20 fouls, 29 for Warren Wilson. 19 steals for the Pride and 16 for the Owls. Martin can tie the game with 2 makes. Misses the first, however. Owls continue to hover right around that 50% mark from the free throw line. Second one, true to form, is good. And Greensboro's lead is a single point. Reynolds working the far sideline, trying to back down Galloway. Reynolds scoops left hand. There's a whistle before the shot. Foul is going to be called on Littlejohn. And it will send Reynolds to the line. Greensboro in the bonus. 13 seconds to play in quarter number 3. Free throw from Reynolds. A little heat on it, and it's good. 73-71. Second is good as well. Pride lead is 3. 13 seconds to go as Galloway crosses the timeline, now 10 seconds. Obviously, Owls playing for the final shot of the quarter. Kicks this one out to Martin. Martin triggers a deep 3 air ball. Misses everything. Here comes Bradford. Heave well late. Shot fell short anyways. And we head to the fourth quarter. It has been 3 tightly contested quarters of play. And so that means that the final 10 minutes can only be all the more exciting. We'll bring it to you when we come back. Greensboro leading 74-71 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Final 10 minutes here from Haynes Gym in the final 10 minutes of the home slate of 2025 action for Greensboro College Athletics. We'll tell you what's coming up on the calendar in the postgame show. Down the baseline, that one rattling home is good from Lewis. Lewis kind of starting and stopping and pulls the Owls to within 1. Long feed down low to Lakey. That's contested by Lewis and a whistle. Lakey goes down to the ground. Whistle, though, is not for a foul. The ball goes out of bounds off of Lewis's block. And so Greensboro will keep possession. That one too strong on the layup attempt by Hairston, no good. And here come the Owls with the chance to take the lead. 9:30 to play. Martin trying to work through a double team. She does, working to her right, slings this one up, and it's good. Ellie Martin gives the Owls a 1-point advantage, 75-74. Their last lead since 11 seconds to go in the first half. Lakey thought about a 3, doesn't take it. Now in the lane, slings that one up just off the side of the backboard, no good. And here comes Galloway wanting to run again, switching on Ingram, and possession arrow favors Greensboro. Galloway going from the right side to the left side, completely crossed up Ari Ingram. But in Ingram's defense, not a whole lot you can do with Galloway so far tonight. Bradford inbounds to Simpkins. Simpkins sprinting up the right side. And I think they're going to call a little hand check foul there on Barnes. They will. It will be her 4th. So Twig Barnes, the first player for the Owls to reach 4 fouls. Owls and fouls. Sorry, little things we find amusing. Here comes Simpkins with the left hand side, and that one just squeaks over the iron and good. And Greensboro just squeaks back out in front, 76-75. Here comes Lewis right up the middle of the court, picks up the dribble. Carr harassing her. She needs help. Throws this one towards Galloway now. Galloway trying to work around Reynolds. Slips on the baseline. Shots a little errant, no good. Offensive putback, though, by Littlejohn is good. And again, Warren Wilson goes out in front. Here comes Simpkins. Simpkins bounce pass down low. Was looking for Stewart. Stewart stopped running. And it's a takeaway. Here comes Galloway. Galloway, shots good. No good, rather. But a foul called on Simpkins. That'll be her 2nd. And Galloway will go to the line. Warren Wilson leads by 1. Opportunity for Ori Galloway to add to that. She's got 23 points to lead all scorers. Galloway 5 of 8 from the line. Rebounding battle has been tight today, 46-45 in favor of Warren Wilson. First free throw from Galloway is good. She's got 24, 4 away from her career high of 28. Second coming, and good. 79-76. Hairston loses the handle of that inbound from Irvin, but it goes right back to Irvin and gives it to Hairston. No harm, no foul for the Pride. Hairston hands this one off to Lakey. Lakey back to Hairston. Hairston 3-ball, left-hand side. That one misses everything and goes across to Lewis. Lewis sprinting right back up the middle. Irvin doesn't provide much defense there as that one is good. Irvin has to be careful with the 4 fouls. You can kind of understand that one. 5-point advantage for Warren Wilson. You got to have Jinx in there, so you got to give up a couple of those baskets. If they're trying to draw contact, you just have to let them go. Ruano with 3, give it to her. Brianna Ruano, her first points of the game. Greensboro cuts it to 2, and a timeout taken, 7:36 to play in the fourth quarter. And this will be a full timeout. We'll keep it here for a moment. Take a look at some of the numbers here as we are approaching the final 7.5 to go. Greensboro shooting at 28% from the three-point range. You heard, obviously, in the pregame show, one of the things that Coach Fernandez wanted to do, he said, we want to be a little bit over 30%, so slightly behind the metric there. But Greensboro has won every quarter, or at least tied it, with the exception of here in the fourth. First quarter was tied at 28. Greensboro had a 1-point advantage at halftime. Won the third quarter 24-22. They trail in the fourth quarter 10-5. 25 points for Galloway. Bria Clark has 19 as well. What a night she has had of 9 of 13 shooting. 13 points for Lucy Lewis, 10 points for Twig Barnes. For Greensboro, 18 points for Hairston, 13 for Stewart, and 11 for Tatum Bradford. So Simpkins, after picking up her second foul, results in a inbound here for Martin and the Owls, up by 2. Actually, it was coming immediately after the Ruano 3-ball. Warren Wilson took the timeout. Martin to McNeil, now to Galloway. Shots no good. Defensive rebound. Bradford slings it up to Reynolds. Reynolds is run into the bleachers as McNeil's going to pick up her third. And Reynolds will inbound from that location. Clark checking in. McNeil comes out. Reynolds floats it up in the air to Stewart. Stewart on the floor with 4 fouls. She pulls up from 3. That's off the right iron, no good. Rebound taken by Clark. She's got 9 to go with 19 points. Pass to Lewis. Lewis trying to work on Bradford. Backs up past 3. Now sends this one to Galloway. Galloway, pass down low. That's taken away by Greensboro. Clark, the intended recipient, but Greensboro clogging up the middle of the lane. Deep 3-ball. Stewart, give it to her. Oh, my. Kinsley Stewart puts Greensboro back on top, 82-81. Martin trying to answer the other way, and she'll bank that one in. Ellie Martin for 3, give her 8 points today, and it's a 2-point Warren Wilson lead. To Bradford, straight on 3. That's no good. It's a 3-point party here, at least in terms of attempt. Everybody wanting to sling one up right now. 6:18 to go. Greensboro trails by 2. This one sent just inside the 3-point arc in the right corner. Now back up top. It's Lewis. Lewis up the middle. Contested shot off the backboard, off the front iron. No good. Bradford comes away with the board. Slings this one down to Reynolds. Reynolds looking for it now behind the back dribble. Kicks this one back to Simpkins. Now to the corner. 3-ball again. Stewart. That one's no good. Slightly off the mark. Carr now to the left corner. 3-ball. No good. Rebound fought for and a foul. Again, a good second chance opportunity for the Pride. Can't make anything happen, though, underneath the basket. Foul called on Galloway. That will be her fourth. So Galloway with 4, Barnes with 4, and for Greensboro, Stewart and Irvin both with 4. 5:51 to go. McNeil, a late substitution add here for Galloway, who's got to check out. It's big for Greensboro to get her out here, even just for a couple of minutes. Ruano looking to inbound. She finds Hairston, now up top to Ingram. Ingram will travel, thought about pulling up from a straight-on 3, and then decided to drive instead. And the officials get her with the travel. Clark with 19 points, 9 boards, inbounds it to Martin. She's got 8 points and 5 rebounds. Back over to Lewis. Lewis trying to work on Hairston, picks up her dribble. Now back up top to McNeil, kicks it over to Martin. Martin, deep 3 from the left wing, rebounds, tipped around, goes right back to Lewis. A lucky bounce for Moosey. Now driving underneath the basket and floats it in. It's a 4-point lead for the Owls, 5:30 rather to go. Hairston to Ruano. Ruano hands it off to Lakey. Lakey from 3, that is no good. Offensive board there. Irvin soaring for it, now tries to go up, contested shot, no good. Defensive rebound by McNeil. And now to Martin. Martin trying to get around Ruano. She does. Crosses the timeline. 5 minutes to go. Clark floats that one in the lane, and it rattles home. Is 6-point advantage now. 5 minutes to play. Greensboro's got to work quickly. You know they will. Ruano kicks this one out. Hairston. Hairston for 3. That's no good off the side iron. Goes out of bounds. And possession stays with Greensboro. Warren Wilson has gone on a tear here in the fourth quarter, outscoring the Pride 17-8. These two teams have really been able to match each other blow for blow up until this point. Bradford pulls up from 3. That's no good. Greensboro's picking a bad time to get cold. Out of bounds, stays with the Pride. Again off of Warren Wilson. Greensboro 2 of 10 from 3 this quarter. Reynolds up top to Bradford. Bradford trying to back down Littlejohn. Spin move, picks up her dribble up top to Simpkins. Simpkins fakes a straight-on 3 to Bradford, bounces it back to Simpkins. Now driving right baseline, bounce pass to Carr. Carr goes up with it, lays it in. Carrie Carr with 10. That is a career high for Carr. Galloway's back in the game, almost lost it. A line drive shot, no good. And Bradford will pick up the rebound, slings it across to Simpkins. Greensboro's down by 4. Simpkins right up the middle. Now working left-hand side of the lane. Right-hander is no good. Offensive board, though, Bradford. Bradford now trying to force one up. She's fouled. Littlejohn's going to pick up her 4th. And Tatum Bradford will go to the line. She's 1 of 1 from the stripe today. 4:03 to play. Greensboro trails by 4. An exciting one here at Haynes Gym. Warren Wilson looking for their first win. Greensboro looking to snap a 5-game skid, and Bradford's free throw is no good. That is Greensboro's first attempted free throw of the fourth quarter. They are 4 of 6 in the second half and 10 of 17 overall. Second free throw good. Tatum Bradford has 12 today. Clark slings it to Martin. Martin on the right-hand side. Now to McNeil at the free throw line. Back out to Martin. 3-ball right wing. Give it to her. Ellie Martin's got 11, and it's a 6-point lead again for the Owls. Reynolds driving. Left-hand layup. Good and 1. Kayla Reynolds through contact, and she'll go to the line to try to complete the 3-point play. More substitutions for Greensboro. Reynolds with 9 points, and she will try to become the 5th Greensboro player to reach double figures today. She's 2 out of 4 from the charity stripe. This is to make it a 3-point game. Reynolds free throw, no good. Rebound taken by Clark. She's got a double-double, 21 points and 10 boards. Galloway kicks it. Mid-range jumper good by McNeil. 93-87. Back out to Ruano. Ruano bounce pass up top to Irvin. Irvin dribbling left-hand side, stripped away by Clark. It goes out of bounds and stays with the Pride. 3:22 to go. Hairston will inbound underneath the basket, or slightly off center from the basket. Looking for Bradford. Bradford kicks it right back to Hairston. Hairston now driving. Now goes right-hand side. Shot's no good. Rebound to McNeil. Galloway wants to run. Loses the handle of it. Galloway, though, diving on the floor for it. Slings it to Hairston. A timeout, though, called prior to Greensboro intercepting the pass. So a quick timeout taken by Warren Wilson to maintain possession. Galloway a little bit out of control there. Should be a 30-second. Yep, they're going to stretch it out to full. So we will step aside. 3:09 to play. Greensboro down 6 on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
I grew up on the Outer Banks, Manio, North Carolina. So the path to Greensboro College was a little bit of an unbeaten path. The same thing here. Like, I had never watched a sport. I don't know anything about cars. Taking an opportunity that comes out of nowhere, and it might not be the vision that you had for yourself, but you could make a mark. I think the records were kind of just a byproduct of who I wanted to become as a man.
Final 3:09 to play on what has been an exciting afternoon as Greensboro College women's basketball concludes their 2025 portion of the schedule. Next time we talk to you again on the Greensboro College Sports Network, it'll be post New Year's Day. Martin for 3, shot's no good, but the putback by Clark is. And it's an 8-point lead now for the Owls. Stewart trying to back down. Martin goes up with that one, rattles around the front iron, no good. Offensive putback by Carr, no good. And it's a defensive rebound by Warren Wilson. Now Galloway again wanting to run. Galloway getting past Bradford. Bradford got a hand on it. And Hairston working up the far side now to Bradford. Bradford spin move. Short floater, no good. Carr offensive board, goes up with it. Shot's no good, rolls out of bounds, stays with Greensboro. 2:29 to go, Greensboro down 8. Cannot let this one get away. They've been outscored 24-13 here in the fourth quarter. Gonna have some more stops, and they got to start making some baskets. Shooting a game low 22% this quarter. Hand off to Stewart. Stewart pulls up from just inside the three-point arc. Shot no good, Littlejohn with the board. McNeil back to Littlejohn, now to Martin. Martin picks up dribble, slings it across to Galloway. Galloway at the free throw line to McNeil. McNeil bounce pass to Martin. Martin goes up with it. That's no good. Offensive board, though, by Clark. She goes up with it. No good. Offensive board, Littlejohn. And a foul is going to be called on the baseline against Taya Simpkins. That will be her third. Team foul number 2. And so Martin to inbound. 2:02 to go. Greensboro cannot afford to go down double digits. Martin to inbound. Too strong, intended for Littlejohn if it was, but Galloway is there. Galloway slings this one down low now to Littlejohn. Contested shot on Ingram, and it's going to go to Irvin. Irvin slings it back to Ruano. Greensboro's got to cut into this 8-point deficit. Under 2 minutes to play. Here goes Hairston, right-hand side of the lane. Shot's no good. Ball goes out of bounds to Warren Wilson. Couple Greensboro players colliding. Ingram and I think Hairston there as well. Minute 45 to go. Martin to inbound. Greensboro with the press. Clark back to Martin. Getting around Carr, now to Galloway. Galloway's trying to work on Simpkins. Carr trying to back up Simpkins as well. They sling it across to McNeil. McNeil gets around Carr, loses the handle, but there's Clark. Clark slings it across to Martin just inside the three-point arc, 13 on the shot clock, and a foul called on Stewart. That will be her 5th, and she will be done. Kinsley Stewart exits the game with 16 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals. Martin will inbound with 1:26 to go. On the inbound goes to Galloway, under the basket. Galloway, that could be the dagger, a 10-point game. Galloway's got 27, and it's under 1:20 to go. Bradford to Simpkins. Simpkins dribbling left, now right, now to Bradford. Bradford a 3-ball, that's off the side iron, no good. Simpkins soars for the board, back up top to Reynolds. Reynolds for 3, give it to her. Kayla Reynolds a 3-ball, timeout now taken. Greensboro's cut it to 7 with 1 minute and 1 second to play. Reynolds 2 of 6 from 3-point range, a career high 12 points, or at least a Greensboro high of 12 points for her. And the Pride have 5 players in double figures tonight, led by Hairston's 18. However, Warren Wilson counters with 5 in double figures, Galloway with 27 and Clark with 23. This is the final non-conference game for Greensboro College. Next time they take the floor against North Carolina Wesleyan on January 6th, they'll be looking to improve off of that 0-3 conference start. Inbound tipped there by Hairston, gives it to Carr. Carr floats it in. 5-point game, 97-92. And again, Greensboro with the press. There's a foul called on Bradford. Bradford picks up her 2nd. And the next foul will put the Owls in the bonus. 57.2 seconds left. Martin inbounds to Galloway. Galloway sneaks past Carr. Now she goes up with a shot's no good. Carr had to cause the foul. It'll be her 4th. Galloway will go to the line. Carey had to. So Galloway, who is 7 of 10 from the line, will try to build on a 5-point Warren Wilson lead. The freshman taking a deep breath at the stripe, couple of dribbles, now eyes the mark. First free throw good, it's a 6-point game. 54 seconds left. Greensboro is on a little bit of a 5-0 mini run. And Galloway's 2nd free throw also good. That's big, it's a 7-point game. Bradford to inbound, looking for help, finds Simpkins. 50 seconds to play, Greensboro down 7. Simpkins drives the lane, layup no good, rebound taken Clark. And Greensboro tried to foul her. Now here comes Lewis. Lewis with it, bouncing it to Clark, slings this one across to Martin. Martin stepping back for 3, now instead finds Lewis up top. 18 seconds left on the clock, slings it across to Galloway. Now to the line, it's Clark. Clark slings it across to Martin in the right wing, now to McNeil on the baseline. Tipped there by Bradford, saves it. No, they're going to say the ball went out of bounds. 8 seconds on the shot clock, 23 left on the game clock. Greensboro, I think, just burned too much time. Up top to Clark, now to Martin. Martin tees up for 3. That's no good. Bradford with it, 16 seconds left. 12 seconds left. Bradford up top, now to Reynolds. Reynolds will tee up a 3-ball. That's short, and it will go out of bounds. Stays with Greensboro, 7 seconds left. But the Pride are going to see their losing streak extended to 6, while Warren Wilson will pick up their first win of the year. Hairston looking for Bradford. It's tipped by Lewis, and that should do it. Lewis into the front court, will dribble out the final seconds, And Warren Wilson winless no longer with a 99-92 win over Greensboro College. An exciting one here today. We'll break it all down when we come back here on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Every college athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College, we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast, you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
You know, I just really felt like I was a person, you know, and they really cared about you, not only as like an athlete, but, you know, as an individual as well. And so that was one of the things that like led me here, honestly.
The Getting to Know podcast from Greensboro College Athletics. We are one Pride, and these are our stories. And we welcome you into the Pride postgame show here on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Greensboro falls 99-92 here tonight in a high-scoring affair against Warren Wilson. The Owls picking up their first win of the season. It was a tightly contested matchup really until the fourth quarter, and then Warren Wilson taking advantage of Greensboro just missing a lot of shots and giving themselves some good offensive opportunities. And, of course, the incredible play of Ori Galloway time in and again this year, or this evening rather. Greensboro just can't do anything with Galloway, who finishes with 29 points on 10 of 25 shooting and 9 of 12 from the free throw line. This is an Owls team that only took 9 3-point shots and made 3 of them today, but they didn't need to do that, as Greensboro just had some issues, especially with Galloway and company working their way in towards the basket and just funneling it in. And for the Pride tonight, ultimately, I think that's kind of what ends up showing is the fact that they took some big strides. I think we've seen the Pride with some big steps in the right direction, but especially defensively and especially around the basket, we see there's still some areas that need to be improved upon. Why don't we take a look at some of the final numbers here for today? Rebounding goes 62-60. Greensboro actually ends up with a rebounding advantage over Warren Wilson today, 33-18 offensively. The Owls, though, a big defensive advantage of 42-29. Assists go to the Owls, 20-19. Turnovers, 30 for Warren Wilson and 25 for Greensboro. Bench points go 38-38. So squared up pretty evenly there. Blocks 6-4 for Warren Wilson. Fast break points 37-18 for the Owls. Steals go 20-19 for the Pride. Points off turnovers 28-24 for Warren Wilson. Points in the paint. This is the big number. We just talked about it. 56 points in the paint for Warren Wilson against just 38 for the Pride this evening. Warren Wilson shooting 48% from the floor. That's 40 of 83 shooting. 3 of 9 from 3. That's 33%. 16 of 28 from the stripe. That's good for 57%. And committed 19 personal fouls. Greensboro today shooting 34 of 109. That's 31%. 13 of 50 from three. It's 26%. And 11 of 19 from three from the free throw line. That's 58% with 24 fouls committed. For the Owls today, led by Ori Galloway with 29 points, setting a new career high. Brianna Clark with 23 points, Bria Clark, the second highest scorer for the Owls with 23. 15 points for Moosey Lewis, 11 points for Ellie Martin, 10 points for Twig Barnes, and 5 points for McNeil, 4 points for Littlejohn, and 2 points for Nisha Oliver. In terms of rebounding today, 16 for Littlejohn, leading the team, 12 for Bria Clark, who finished with a double-double of 23 points and those 12 boards. 9 for Lewis, 8 for Galloway, 5 for Martin, 4 for McNeil, and 3 for Barnes. Assist leader today was Galloway with 9, Martin with 3, Clark with 3, 2 each for McNeil and Lewis, and 1 for Littlejohn. In terms of steals, Galloway with 5, Littlejohn with 4, Martin also had 5, Lewis had 3, 1 each for McNeil and Barnes. Blocks leader was Barnes with 2, 1 each for Lewis, Galloway, Littlejohn, and Clark. For Greensboro, 5 players ended up in double figures today, led by Jada Hairston's 18, 16 for Kinsley Stewart, 12 for Reynolds, Simpkins, and Carr, 6 points each for Irvin and Lakey, 4 points for Ingram, 3 points for Ruano, 2 for Simpkins, and I think I said 12 for Simpkins a moment ago. 12 for Carr and Bradford. Simpkins had 2 and 1 for Ely. Rebounding leader today was Carrie Carr with 11. Give her a double-double. 10 rebounds for Jinx Irvin. 8 for Tatum Bradford. 6 for Ruano. 6 also for Ingram. 4 for Stewart. 3 for Simpkins. 2 each for Hairston and Ely. 1 rebound each for Reynolds and Lakey. 5 assists for Stewart. 4 for Bradford. 3 for Hairston. 2 for Ingram and Ruano, 2 also for Simpkins, and 1 for Reynolds. Leading blocker today was Bradford with 2, Ruano with 1, and Ingram with 1. It all adds up to a 99-92 victory for Warren Wilson, who improves now to 1-13 this year. And the Owls have a couple more non-conference matches before getting back into coast-to-coast action. In fact, they are also, like Greensboro, done for the calendar year. Their next action will be January the 3rd on the road at Roanoke, before they host the Pride on January the 8th. Their next home matchup, their conference play. They've had one coast-to-coast matchup, a loss against Johnson and Wales. Their next one will not be until February the 8th at home against Regent. As for Greensboro, their schedule now looks like this. They've got some time off. They'll take on North Carolina Wesleyan on the road on January the 6th. That is a 4 o'clock tip-off. Again, North Carolina Wesleyan is a Flow Sports college, so you will need a paid subscription to watch the North Carolina Wesleyan broadcast of that game. Then on the road at Warren Wilson on January the 8th, a 6 o'clock tip-off there. And then they get right back into the meat of the USA South schedule on January 10th at home against Meredith College, a 2 p.m. tip-off in that contest. As far as Greensboro athletics as a whole, things really start to slow down a little bit, especially for our broadcast schedule. Let's go ahead and get you caught up on what's coming for Greensboro College. Women's wrestling on the road up in Dover, Delaware at Delaware State University this weekend. Men's basketball with their final regular season matchup of the calendar year on the road at Johnson and Wales on Saturday, the Jay Billis Classic. That's a 7 o'clock tip-off there. And then they head to D1 Elon for an exhibition. At least it's an exhibition for Greensboro. It'll count for a regular season matchup for the Phoenix. That's on Monday. It's a 4 o'clock tip-off there in Elon. And then we turn the calendar to January. Men's wrestling at Washington and Lee for the Jim Kretzer Invitational. That's on Friday and Saturday, the 2nd and 3rd. Then on the 6th, men's basketball here at home against William Peace at 4 o'clock. Women's basketball, we've already mentioned, on the road at North Carolina Wesleyan. That men's game here at home is our next broadcast, 4 o'clock, the scheduled tip-off time on Tuesday, January the 6th. We will bring you the Pride pregame show at 3:45 on that Tuesday, January the 6th. But obviously there's a lot of celebrating to be done with holiday season, a lot of good meals to eat and family to see, and good times to be had by all before we take on or before we take to the hardwood again. So obviously, don't expect you to remember that we're going to be back on the air January 6th, but just make sure you check out the social media accounts for Greensboro College after the new year, and we'll have all the information for you there, of course. So with that being said, from everybody here at Greensboro College, we certainly wish you a happy and safe holiday season to you and yours, and whichever holiday you may be celebrating here this next couple of weeks. We wish you a very happy and safe and fulfilling time with family, loved ones, friends, and we cannot wait to see you again in the new year. But that'll wrap everything up here for us this evening and for the 2025 calendar. And with that, we'll see you next year. Big thank you to DK Thomason today, our producer, as well as Stephen Weidenhouse, our director of sports information, as well as all of our game day staff, everybody who makes this possible. I'm Kendrick Fruits, wishing you a green and white good night. Again, final score, Warren Wilson defeating Greensboro College in women's basketball 99-92. This has been a presentation of Greensboro College women's basketball on the Greensboro College Sports Network.